Now with the most local news, this is 8 News Now, live local now.
And a good Friday afternoon. Thanks for joining us on our streaming. Kirsten, Joyce, joined by the one and only
Sasha Loftis. Thank you. My first time giving this a whirl. Good to be here with you, Kirsten.
Yes, we look forward to seeing a lot more of you, Sasha.
Thank you.
Yes. We've got a lot to cover today, some light news, and of course, some very serious news. You're going to start us off.
Yes, unfortunately. Moving to our top stories, Kirsten, for the day. A 10-year-old killed in a crash last night. This happened downtown. This is just a really tragic, of course, awful story, especially with a child involved. The 10-year-old boy, police say that he was hit by a truck right at that intersection of Charleston, right near Fremont. This was around 6:30 last night. They say he unfortunately wasn't in a crosswalk. I was in the newsroom here as we started covering this as breaking news. They took that driver into custody. No impairment suspected, according to the police, but the lieutenant that was out there, just really emotional, talking about these situations are just always so tragic, warning parents to just always be aware of, what their kids are doing, watch out, drivers to watch out. He just is really emotional with these situations, especially, when a child is involved. It's just horrible to hear.
Yeah, it definitely is. Sure. Thank you, Sasha. We have an update now on that alleged sexual assault during a field trip to Costa Rica. A judge ruling that a second teen allegedly involved with this will be charged as an adult. 15-year-old Dominique Kim is now facing 3 charges. He was 14 at the time of the alleged sexual assault. Prosecutors say he had video of the attack. He is also accused of child abuse. We also have another 15-year-old, Vaughn Griffith, was the first of the 4 boys to be charged, and his case moved to adult court. The 2 others still not facing any charges at this time. The crime allegedly occurred during that field trip for students at Alexander Dawson Middle School, that private school, and we've been following this closely now, and that is our latest update with that. And we, of course, have the family suing the Dawson School, blaming administrators for failing to address bullying and improper supervision. We do have a statement from the school on our website. You can find all that at 8newsnow.com.
Yeah, Vanessa Murphy been following that story pretty closely in court, and absolutely just another really tough one.
It really is. We've been waiting for answers for about a month, Sasha, on this next story, and 8 News Now investigator David Charnes has received those answers to his questions. The FBI reached out to him, and he spoke exclusively with them. The FBI special agent in charge speaking to David Charnes about the biolab investigation on the east side of town. That's the property near Charleston and Hollywood. It was raided back in January. Here's some video from inside the garage there. They took like 1,400 samples, sent it off to a specialized lab in Maryland. And what they found was that testing materials, vaccine components, and human biological samples like blood and urine were among those items. Hundreds of samples, however, were so old they couldn't get any accurate tests on them. But of course, we will be following up, and there is that tie-in and connection with that other lab in the California area, Sasha.
Yeah, Kirsten, this was just a wild one. I mean, it came in when I was anchoring on the weekend, and I think everyone's glad that we're getting a lot more answers, that David Charnes is getting answers as to what exactly was in there. Yeah. I think because that was the question in the newsroom when it first came in, what is this? Mm-hmm. It was definitely kind of scary. I mean, good to hear that it wasn't a direct threat to people, but definitely one of our crazier stories that we've had recently.
Yeah, and to find out that it was listed on Airbnb, and some people were staying in the place and reporting feeling sick after staying there.
The dead crickets, too, really stood out to me. There were a bunch of dead crickets in the garage where they were storing those materials. And, it's just a really wild one that we tend to break a lot of wild stories when we're here on the weekend. Crazy things tend to happen. And that was definitely one of the crazier ones, for sure. For sure. So moving on to another kind of interesting, kind of wild story, seizure of meth. Las Vegas police seizing about 100 pounds of meth in a car. Think about that. That's quite a bit of meth. This was Victor Luis Arreola. He had the drugs in the back of his car during a traffic stop. It turns out that the Department of Homeland Security, the investigations department, they were kind of targeting that area, searching for drugs. The meth was just in the back of the car in an open box, so it was pretty easy to see. Took that guy into custody, of course, and this kind of is, disrupting a lot of local distribution areas within that drug trafficking area or drug drug moving area. Again, 100 pounds of meth, pretty crazy story for that to happen here.
It definitely is. We are first Friday. We're going to be talking more about that coming up here, but we want to know how the weather's shaping up. You got any good plans, Sasha?
Oh, man. Nothing too crazy, just kind of getting outside a little bit. Although today, the last couple days were chilly, so hopefully Nate will tell us that it's going to warm up just a tad. I'm ready for that. I don't know about you.
We'll have to see. Nate?
All right, guys, you are seeing exactly what Mom Nature is delivering. At times, the flag on top of Sunset Station has been whipping. At other times, it kind of takes a little break, right on cue. But the wind advisory is still in effect. So we were looking at temperatures in the mid-50s. That should be warming up about another 10 degrees or so. The bottom line is that the wind advisory from the National Weather Service, remember that got extended the other night. So it's running until 10 o'clock tomorrow night, whatever your outdoor plans are. I mean, there's a lot going on. We've got the Big League weekend going on, and there's also the Mint 400. So there's going to be a lot of dust blowing around. Be prepared for that, especially with your allergies. Seriously, you might think about a mask. Your weather headlines, the wind advisory till 10. Now, we're on the downside of the temperature roller coaster, but wait till you see the 8-day forecast. And again, a reminder about springing those clocks forward. So these numbers here, 6 o'clock was the sunrise this morning, 5:40 the sunset this evening. By Sunday morning, that's going to change. It's going to be 7:04 and 6:40. So we're going to try for 65 today. That's still a few degrees below normal. Low this morning, a few degrees above normal. All of this is going to be changing as we invite you to stay with 8 News Now. And how about your family and friends? Cold air from Canada clashing with warm, moist air from the Gulf. Going to be a whole lot of storms in the Midwest. Okay, so 72 for Sunday, and then we end up maybe at 83 a week from today as the Streamcast rolls on.
All right. And of course, 2 a.m. Sunday morning, we have what turns out to be a very hard thing to get our bodies used to for the first week. And then we love it because it's lighter later. But yeah, we're all going to lose that hour of sleep. We all feel it. That Monday through Friday with the alarms of the following week are brutal. It sets off our circadian rhythm. Everything's all wacky. We're all tired. And they actually say that fatal car crashes temporarily jump the first few days after the springtime change. They also say that it's an uptick in heart attacks and strokes right after the March time change. So there really is, some real stuff that occurs here. But again, everything mellows out after that first week. Hawaii and most of Arizona are the only ones who don't follow that. You and I both lived in Arizona for quite some time, and we'd be off on times trying to schedule with family members. Oh, yeah, it's that time. Yeah. Okay,
I get
we're
confused
off an
every
hour.
time. I shouldn't. I've lived here for 8 years, but I get confused because I'm from Arizona, so I never had to do it before and it's amazing how that 1 hour can just throw everything off.
It really does. It really does.
Really crazy. Yeah. And that takes us to the question of the day. Are you in favor of daylight saving time? I personally am not in a huge favor of it, again, being from Arizona. But yeah, definitely.
And we have a three-way tie.
Yeah.
So far, wow.
Yeah, which is interesting. I wouldn't have expected that.
Yeah, that never happens.
Yeah, as of now. So yes, break the tie. Kirsten, go let them know that you love it.
Yes.
Sasha, go ahead, let them know you don't care.
Yeah,
Either one.
exactly. We need one more, I guess, though, to officially break it,
We
right?
will check in on those results throughout the show. So scan the QR code right now. If you missed it, just go to 8newsnow.com/vote. Now let's talk about this new museum. This is the latest addition to Las Vegas. It is a Southern Nevada Art Museum, and we actually get a tour from the executive director, Chris Davin. So let's see if we can get that sound, Carlos.
Over here, we've got Norman Rockwell. These are the Pablo Picasso plates that I was speaking about. So we've got 2 of them on display. These are basically pottery that Pablo Picasso made during his lifetime. We also have augmented reality paintings.
Very impressive.
Yeah, if you're wondering what this is downtown now, and those augmented reality paintings, apparently if you scan them, they become 3-dimensional and take up all this space in the room.
Wow.
And that was just some of the tour we got. We got a little sneak peek earlier.
Wow.
Oh, that's magnificent.
I can't imagine having that in my house, though. That's all I would do.
Yeah,
What's
no,
Sasha
you'd never
doing?
get
Well,
out of
she's,
it.
she's playing with the augmented reality painting.
Right.
500 paintings from more than 80 distinguished artists. And tonight during First Friday, it's its big opening. Not the grand opening. That's not until mid-May. But this is its first opening for 21 and older. So that's going to be quite nice off Charleston and Main Street there.
Yeah.
Oh, and they also have a Ninth Island art garden featuring the deep connection, of course, between our community and the Hawaiian community. So they have that as well outside.
Pretty cool. Got to go check it out.
Uh-huh.
Well, another big story that's been kind of circulating, David Copperfield, his last shows are coming up. I mean, he's been around 25 years, kind of a staple, of course, here in the Las Vegas entertainment industry. That last show is April 30th. So there are still about 120 left, so you have time to go check it out. He is planning something new after the end of the shows. He's being a little secretive about it, though, so far, saying it's the largest project he's ever tackled and the most challenging, his new endeavor. So we'll see what that is. But he's also the first living illusionist to be featured with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Have you been to see him,
I have not.
I haven't
I've
either.
had some friends who've gone, and I just haven't made it over yet. I don't know
either.
that I will.
I'll try, but
life, it's busy.
Oh yes, life and work and all that. You know,
Yes.
you seem to only head down to those kinds of things if you have somebody in town visiting.
Correct.
You know, until you get down there then. But no, I mean he's definitely getting missed for sure on the strip.
Oh, all right. Well, we know he's up to something next.
Yes.
Who knows what he's
Yes.
scaling or what. Wait, we have no more stories this block.
No.
Okay. All right. Housing numbers, job reports, Nevada Reading Week. Oh, yeah. We got plenty
Lot
coming
coming up.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Now with the most local news, this is 8 News Now, live local now.
And we want to make sure you are getting your votes in. Leonard, I hope you voted. He's a true fan of the streaming, so we do appreciate that, Leonard. Make sure your voice is heard as well. We gave you a shout out yesterday, too.
Give you another shout out today.
There you go.
Way to go, Leonard.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. So we're always updating, Sasha, people on the jobs report. We want to know where the unemployment rate is, what jobs are getting slashed, what fields to be wary of. Our unemployment rate, Sasha, did tick up to 4.4% last month. And we found out that nearly 100,000 jobs were cut, a sign that the labor market remains under some strain at this point. Construction companies cut about 11,000. Healthcare firms shed some 28,000. Factories cutting 12,000 jobs. Restaurant and bars, I thought this was interesting, lost nearly 30,000 jobs across the nation. The economists are saying that the outlook for the job market and the entire economy a little bit clouded by the war with Iran, which is to be expected. They say that companies are going to be even more reluctant to hire this spring until the war ends, and they can then see where consumers are spending and see if they are still spending, Sasha.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, the restaurants and bars especially, I mean, hits us hard here. I think that's always the question,
does.
you know, how Las Vegas fares versus the national numbers. And Daryl, you said you had a couple things to add.
It was interesting here, and this ties into the job numbers also, but for the unemployment, there was not only a lot of happening here. The restaurant and bars, Kirsten, like you mentioned, big deal, but the uncertainty, it comes and goes, and those places open, and sometimes they're gone, and the positions, they come and go. And that sort of ties right into housing. Housing prices some are up. So they're down slightly, but also compared to last year, the prices are still down as well. And there's constant, reaction to all of it, and it keeps it sort of in flux.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're up 12,000 since January, those home prices, but still down from a year ago, which is good news. That means the median price of a single family home is just under $482,000, $481,995. Condos, though, prices for condos have gone down $18,000 to about $285,000. Also good news. I mean, I feel like we talk about since the pandemic, those house prices going up and the interest rates, I mean, hovering around 6%, which again, still lower than it was before, still lower than the last couple years. Yeah, exactly. But I know that with the uncertainty overseas with, Iran and everything, those have ticked up. Those interest rates have ticked up just a tad as well. But I mean, they're calling it more of a buyer's market now, which I mean, I think is good for maybe anyone searching or anyone maybe looking to refinance or anything like that.
They are sitting longer. So maybe the inverse for those if you're trying to sell.
If you're trying to sell, yeah, exactly.
Some of those are struggling. Only 2,000 houses were sold in February, houses and condos across Las Vegas. So that's interesting. That's interesting. And we'll have to keep, month to month, this thing always changes and flows.
It does. And that interest rate, I mean, really comes down to the monthly payment. It's looking at what a monthly payment was for a house when the interest rate was 2% versus now it's $1,500
higher
difference.
price.
Oh, yeah. People want to hold on to their homes when they have those 3% and 4%.
I got a 4.5%, and I thought that was
go.
high at the time, and I feel like it's, winning the lottery now.
Well, then when I hear my parents, when they bought their house back in the 1980s, it was 15%. So,
Exactly. So this
all
is
relative.
I think that's people, think it's high compared to those pandemic levels that were 1-2%. But I mean, that's not the norm. I mean, I feel like these rates are more the norm. So
they are.
So yeah, we'll see what happens for sure.
So Nevada Reading Week, we saw some video of Shelley Berkeley reading to the kids, of Nate Tannenbaum. Everybody always takes a turn, and we have so many lovely teachers that reach out to all of us here at the station. And here's some video of Ozzy reading to the kids, too, in the gymnasium. Oh, that's so
look
cute.
At that. It's always so fun.
It is. Do we have some sound from one of the kids or the teacher, Carlos? The teacher, okay.
Country, and we came together at a meeting and we decided we don't just have to celebrate this during traditional hours during the school time. We can also implement this in our program, which is the before and after school program.
And it's just fantastic. They also had the book gathering for the last 3 days, and they have that as often as they possibly can for new and gently used books for the elementary students. And did you have a chance to do Nevada Reading Week this year, Sasha?
I haven't this year, but I usually do. I have a good friend that's a teacher in town, and she has me a lot either for Reading Week or Career Week. And especially my mom's a retired elementary school teacher, so it's kind of, going into classrooms is kind of a second home for me, and they're so cute. I love their questions. Their questions are always hilarious.
If I don't say this, Ozzy's not going to be happy with me on Monday.
What?
After school and before school is definitely one of the things she wanted to highlight the need for. She read at Safe Key and Mary and Earl, I believe, but the need for, hey, some attention to the kiddos that have to hang out afterward and come early also.
Oh, yeah.
That's
There's such great programs, my goodness, because they provide the breakfast. They also provide some tutoring. It's just, it really is a safe environment before school for the parents who have to get off to work and afterwards. So, for sure. Great program.
Which is awesome for sure, because very few people have that same schedule as the school kids.
Of course, yes.
Usually work a lot
especially
later.
in Las Vegas. We have so many different shifts.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that takes us to the Animal Foundation. Pretty cool partnership that's happening. This is the third year in a row. Las Vegas Department of Public Safety has inmates come and clean the kennels and kind of interact with the dogs, with the animals there. Just a really great opportunity for them to kind of get involved. Gives the animals more interaction, which of course is, so important, especially in that shelter environment. It's people from the city jail that, have committed misdemeanor offenses that are there for about a year. So these aren't, people who have committed any violent crimes or anything like that. But yeah, it just really seems to be a win-win for everyone. They apparently bring treats for the dogs and, kind of talk to them and interact with them. So, and it's great for the Animal Foundation.
Certainly is.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, please vote. Please let us know. What was our question of the day, Daryl?
Daylight saving.
Oh, yeah. Are you a fan, indifferent, or hate it? And we'll be back with some Bark in the Park, some more dog stories.
More dogs.
Now with the most local news, this is 8 News Now, live local now.
Well, we all know what's happening early Sunday morning. We lose that hour of sleep, and that week is brutal.
It is. It's amazing, like we said, that 1 hour just completely. And then you have to change all your clocks on the microwave.
But then we have the lighter later, so
See, that's what I love.
Eventually.
It's kind of like a juxtaposition there, because in the fall, I love the extra hour of sleep, but I hate the darker day. And then in the spring, you're tired, but you get longer evenings.
Right.
So
y'all are slightly in the minority, I guess I'll say.
I'm for it.
Okay.
The results are in, and more of us are not in favor of daylight saving time.
Really?
But maybe it's because this is the spring up, and people are only thinking about losing a little bit of sleep.
Yeah, see, Arizona
Saturday,
stays on daylight saving, I believe. So I
Which
like
is
the time that's
standard
coming
time,
up.
correct?
Standard Time's what we're on now, I believe.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I don't like Standard Time. I like the daylight saving.
She doesn't like it.
I have very strong feelings about daylight saving. I always talk about it whenever the time change happens.
But don't
twice
forget,
a year.
this is your last reminder.
Yes. All right. Well,
Don't be late to work on Monday.
exactly. All right. Well, moving on to Bark in the Park coming up this weekend, and pretty awesome event. And I believe JC Carlos did a preview of what's to come this coming weekend. If we could pull that.
No, we want the attack to start right away. Okay. All right, your timer start. Are you ready? 3, 2. Okay, I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you. Yes. Come on, come on. Oh, maybe I'm not ready for you. Okay, okay, enough. You can release. You can. Oh, Officer Barr. What was the name of the dog that just attacked me?
That is Canine Aki and his handler, Sergeant Dave Adams.
Isn't that great?
That is. Yeah, I was telling you in the break that I did that years ago at my last station, and as the biggest dog person in the world, it was scary.
Yeah, they knocked you over.
They get that look in their eye because it's like a toy how they're trained.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. They're doing what they're trained to do, of course, and we appreciate every canine out there. There will be canine demonstrations for Bark in the Park on Saturday, 10 to 2 at Cornerstone Park, and there's going to be agility drills. Sasha will be out there doing a number of arts and crafts and acrobatics. She's going to bring her whole entourage.
All my animals, my 3 dogs. Yeah, they have pup cups too, which is exciting.
Oh,
that's
awesome.
And the shuttle. Oh yes,
RC Willie for pets and people. So you will park there in their big parking lot, and then you can make your way over.
10 to 2, and they do have an adoption special. With
right.
Henderson Animal Shelter, so $25 adoption special.
That's
and
such a great price.
so great. So if you're looking for a forever family member, it's a perfect opportunity.
And weather's going to be nice tonight, maybe a little windy for First Friday, 5 to 11. We know the community comes together to celebrate arts of all kind in the Downtown Arts District. We also have our special Fine Art Museum opening up tonight to the 21 and older before its big grand opening in mid-May. But so much fun to go out. Lots of food, music, festivities. Right, Sasha?
They always have the best food there. All the best food. Yes, that's the theme. And that's kind of mental health awareness, navigating different emotions, and I love that each month has a different theme too. This is the perfect time to go to First Friday because the weather is getting a little warmer, and it's
Just take your allergy pills.
Exactly, that is the only thing about March. Definitely looking forward to that.
Well, nice to have you, and I can't believe this was your first time streaming.
It was so fun. I really enjoyed it.
All right, we'll see you more.
All right, sounds good.
Have a great Friday, everybody.
Have a great weekend.
And a good weekend.